So listen to this. This guy got paid over $40 million to literally destroy his own stuff, and he did it by turning a simple insurance policy into his personal ATM. Let me explain. This is Theodore, and Theodore isn't just smart, he's a whole different kind of clever. He looks at these giant, faceless insurance companies with buildings that scrape the sky, and he sees a crack in the system, a loophole big enough to drive a truck through, or in his case, sink a yacht. His plan starts small, deceptively simple. He goes out and buys a car. Nothing too flashy, just a regular vehicle. But this is where the magic trick begins. The second he has the keys, he starts building a fake world around this car. He creates a shell company, we'll call it Prestige Motors, which is really just a mailbox he owns. Then he cooks up a whole set of documents, a completely fake paper trail, proving that he sold the car from his own name to Prestige Motors. But he doesn't sell it for what he paid, no. He sells it for a price that is astronomically inflated, 3, 4, 5 times its actual worth. He gets a crooked appraiser, a buddy of his, to sign off on the fake value. So now, on paper, this regular car looks like a collector's item. Then comes the masterstroke. He walks into an insurance office, paper trail in hand. He says, "Listen, I need to insure this high-value asset owned by my company." The insurance agent looks at the professional-looking documents, the official appraisal. It all looks legit. So they give him a policy for the full, massively inflated amount. Now all Theodore has to do is wait. He drives the car for a bit. Then one night on a quiet road, whoops, a mysterious accident. Maybe an engine fire, maybe it rolls into a ditch. It's a total loss. He files the claim. The insurance company investigates, sees the paperwork, the police report from the accident, and they cut him a check. A huge check for the fake value. He just turned a $10,000 car into a $50,000 payout. The system works, and Theodore is just getting started. He takes his winnings and immediately levels up. A car is one thing, but boats are a whole new league. They sink, they disappear into the deep. Perfect. He buys a decent-sized boat, and he runs the exact same play, creates a new shell company, Oceanic Ventures, or something just as bogus. He forges the sales documents, jacking the price up to an insane level. He gets his buddy to appraise it, saying it's full of custom parts and rare wood. It's all lies. He gets it insured for this crazy new price, and then he takes it out on the water, has a great day, enjoys the sun. And on the way back miles from shore, oh no, a sudden tragic malfunction. The boat takes on water. It goes down. Theodore makes a dramatic mayday call, gets rescued, and tells the Coast Guard a heartbreaking story. He files the claim. The insurance company pays out. Another massive check. He's now making 6 figures by sinking his own toys. The thrill is addictive. The money is even better. This is now his full-time job. He's not just a scammer, he's an artist, and his canvas is fraud. He starts buying airplanes, small prop planes. He runs the formula again and again. Buy, create a shell company, forge the sale at 5 times the price, insure it. Then, a catastrophic landing gear failure or a freak electrical fire on some remote airstrip. Every single time, the insurance companies look at the ironclad paperwork and they pay. His lifestyle explodes. He's living large. Big house, fancy dinners, luxury everything. He's a ghost, operating through a web of companies that don't really exist, funded by a river of insurance money. He feels untouchable. He's smarter than all of them. And to keep it all going, he has to get deeper into the mechanics of the scam. He has a network. The crooked appraisers are on his payroll. He finds mechanics who will sign off on non-existent repairs and upgrades, all to justify the inflated values. He's got goons on standby to help with the destruction part, making sure the fires burn hot and the boats sink fast. His shell companies are registered to P.O. boxes and anonymous mail drops all across the country. He's a spider in the middle of a complex, invisible web. If anyone tries to trace one company, it just leads to another, then another, a dead end. But a scheme this big, this audacious, can't stay invisible forever. Somewhere in a cubicle in one of these giant insurance towers, an investigator is looking at a file. It's one of Theodore's airplane claims. The payout is huge, but something just feels off. It's too perfect. The paperwork is too clean. John starts digging. He looks into the cellar, Theodore's shell company. He finds the address is just a mailbox. He feels the hair on his neck stand up. He knows something is wrong. He starts pulling other files from other companies. He finds another claim from a different company, a boat this time, but the name of the appraiser is the same. He starts connecting the dots, seeing the faint outlines of Theodore's web. But the evidence is all circumstantial. The paperwork is so good, there's no proof. Theodore, through his own sources, hears an investigator is sniffing around. He feels the heat, but he's arrogant. He lays low for a bit, then decides to double down. John's investigation stalls. Theodore gets away with it. He feels like a god. So what does he do? He goes for the crown jewel, his masterpiece, and he buys a magnificent multi-million-dollar luxury yacht. He pours everything into this one. The shell company is his most elaborate. The forged paper trail is a work of art. He pushes the value into the stratosphere and gets it insured for a king's ransom. The plan is meticulous. He hires a small crew, guys on his payroll. Miles from anywhere, in the dead of night, they get to work. They don't just sink it. They stage a whole drama, a fake distress call screaming about a fire. They set off flares. They scuttle the yacht themselves, opening the sea valves and letting the ocean rush in. They abandon ship onto a prearranged secondary boat. They watch as millions of dollars of insured metal slips beneath the waves. The rescue is perfect. The story is flawless. The insurance company, facing a claim of this magnitude, investigates hard, but they can find nothing. They have to pay. It's Theodore's biggest payout ever. He's on top of the world, a king of his own fraudulent empire, but empires are built to fall, and the thing that brings him down isn't the giant yacht. It's something small, something stupid. It's a later airplane crash, a sloppy job. He got lazy. He used a guy to help who wasn't part of his core, loyal crew. And when federal investigators start looking at this crash, this new guy gets nervous. He feels the pressure, and he talks. He sings. He tells them everything. About Theodore, about the system, about the fake companies, the crooked appraisers, the staged accidents. And with that one thread, the investigators pull, and Theodore's entire world unravels. It's a cascade. They get a warrant. They raid his house. They find the computers, the files, the proof of the shell companies. They flip the appraiser. They flip the mechanics. Every single person under him gives him up to save themselves. The web he built to protect himself becomes a net that traps him completely. They connect the dots on every single scam, the car, the boats, the planes, the yacht, all of it. And suddenly, he's not the invisible genius anymore. Here he is, his real name, Theodore Robert Wright. This is his mugshot. The ghost is finally caught. The final tally is staggering. Dozens of scams. Over $40 million stolen from multiple insurance companies over years. In court, the evidence is overwhelming. He's not a clever mastermind anymore. He's just a common criminal. The man who thought he could sink and burn his way to endless riches is found guilty. He's convicted on multiple counts of fraud, conspiracy, and racketeering. The final outcome, Theodore Robert Wright is sentenced. He's going to prison for a long, long time. He beat the system again and again until the system finally beat him.